Our big idea is to create a youth council in the world with representatives of each region. So that's the big idea. And we had a discussion on two lines, so to say. It was that the youth is integrated in the body of URI in each CCs, but also to have a separate council which discuss issues and present it to the global council. And the relation was also proposed to have a sort of mentorship going on between the global council and those members of the UCC, of the youth council. And the concrete action step is to there has been a work group elected who will go to each region, and they will start the democratic process of nominations among the CCs within each region, each of the 8 regions, so that within 1 year, hopefully, the first youth council will be launched, and this ideally could lead to an assembly on the way to the World Parliament of Religions in Melbourne, where in Bali there could be, as an intermediate state, some special training and education for these people who will be sponsored from each region to go there. Since the place in Bali is not that big, like 3-4 people from each region, where more in-depth training can be done, where they get especially trained in 5 days in-depth training in fundraising or in management or how to address policymakers, press releases and so on. And these people will be sent back to the regions to train more people there. So it will be investment for each region. So this is a concrete action plan, and that's creating the first youth council.
Yes, I just want to add also one more thing, that one of also the big ideas that was discussed in the group is that you know the youth, and also the discussion in this, ask for increasing the budget of youth in the URI. So in the next distribution of URI, there is a big need to increase the distribution of the budget for youth in order to duplicate different youth programs.
Again, our affinity group was visibility, identity, and image of the URI around the world. The participants in our group were Kaylin Dahl, myself, Michael Pappas, Marie Lissett Dirks, Eliyahu McLean, and Barbara Hartford. Our big idea was that everybody should know, love, and respect the URI. And to get there, we've got 4 supporting ideas which Eliyahu and I will elaborate on. The first is that the URI should have a visible presence in every region. And to get there, we suggest that an office be established in every region with a communications and public relations person, as well as internet capacity. In addition, we would encourage existing interfaith organizations throughout the globe to become cooperation circles. As well, as was said before, we would suggest that all URI materials be translated into local languages. The second of our points is that the URI should be endorsed by high-level and global leaders in religion, non-governmental sphere, governmental public officials, media folk, as well as celebrities. And here we would suggest utilizing the rich network of relationships that the President's Council and the Global Council has, as well as doing some strategic networking within the cooperation circles.
And the third point that we brought up was that the URI should become the global interfaith resource on conflict resolution. For example, the URI should be called upon by the new US President Barack Obama and the State Department. Whenever they go to a conflict region around the world, they should call upon the URI network of CCs, because the URI network can give on-the-ground knowledge about the situation and potential solutions in each country where there are CCs. Why not utilize our on-the-ground field of expertise. Why reinvent the wheel? So we're counting on Barack to call us into action. Our Kenyan president. Okay. Okay. URI is an effective leader, partner in implementing the Millennium Development Goals of the United Nations, interreligious and intercultural dialogue and cooperation for peace. It informs and educates houses of worship, legislators, civil service organizations about the MDGs, Millennium Development Goals, and the whole URI network is mobilized and in action for the decade of these interreligious and intercultural dialogue and cooperation for peace. Thank you.
Okay, my friend here is here from Nepal, and we are a group coming from, we have Regan. What else can you get? From the Global Hub. We are from the Philippines, two from the Philippines. No one would like to go to our Affinity group. I think this is the hardest group. We could have very wide visions and all these things, but we have to go to the brass tack. That means how to finance all of them. So, so what we did yesterday is to first look at it. Okay, we have a vision, but I think we have to shift the vision from looking at the global hub as a one finance. We are shifting to something like all your ICCs, this is all of us, and the regions attain a higher degree of self-reliance, self-governance, and will work for sustainability. I think in the next 3 years, that is a dream, but it's good to dream because we don't pay the dreams. But if you don't dream, nothing will happen. So we dream that someday, in the next 3 years or 5 years, all CCs all over the world are self-sustaining, self-reliant, and it can have its own sustainability. And we agree on all the things that you said, that we don't go for dole-outs. For me, I go for that. In terms of development, we have to teach them how to fish so that they will have fish forever, not to give them fish, that they will have no fish for tomorrow. So how to go about that? We said 3 things. And my friend here, a little while, will give you the summary of that big thing. So we said, area for action, there are only 3, but this will take time to work. Financial sustainability and growth. So that's one. When we say financial sustainability and growth, we have to be practical. That means we have to develop a business plan. Some of you might not like the word business plan, but in this world, you cannot work without a plan. Whether you call it a business, a case statement, or whatever, it is still a plan with annual timelines and budget considerations so that we know where we are going. Second, we have to, in order to have that, we have to expand our networks. We have to strengthen our networks and really build supporters. Because it is only with supporters, people to people, NGO to NGO, piece by piece, something like that. And the third is for our CCs and regions attain legal status, because without legal status, it's not easy to raise funds.